Happy summer, everybody. We are outside because it's such a beautiful day. We have blue skies, but not continuously. We do have a few rain showers coming through. We had one earlier, and I'm expecting one in the next hour or so. But today, we're going to arrange our table on this patio because we're going to do a 4th of July tablescape. Now, you know, this is one of the best weekends of the summer because everybody gets together and they're happy and have a little bit of glow because they've been in the sunshine, and there's no gift giving for this occasion. And I just think that is the happiest time to get together. So you can have great food, enjoy each other's company, and we're going to do that outside. So I'm planning to make a tablescape for you. This tablescape can be very formal, or you can tone it down and make it very, very casual, depending on how you want to entertain for 4th of July. I tend to lean occasionally to the more formal look, but you can do a formal look and then use informal place setting. The only reason I'm using this tablecloth is because there is a terrible glare on this glass. This is a glass table, and when you try to video outside, it picks up all the glare around it. So we're just going to have a tablecloth here, and you can either use a tablecloth or not. Generally, if it was just you and me, we wouldn't have a tablecloth, but since everybody's going to be seeing this, we don't want them to see the glare of everything around us. So what I have are placemats. I love a good placemat. So it does look like a flag somewhat, and we're going to go with that theme because we are celebrating 4th of July, which is Independence Day in the United States, of course. And in 1776, we became an independent nation and started a new country. And that was the beginning of our 4th of July. So we celebrate every year, and we usually use fireworks and the flag colors and all those fun things that celebrate our independence. And we're using blue napkins. Now these are cloth napkins. If you want to use paper napkins, go ahead and do that. That's much easier when it comes to cleanup. But I had these anyway. I've had them for quite a while, and I use them for these special occasions. And I have brass napkin rings. And I have all of my napkin rings here. So let's go ahead and place all 4 of these. We're going to set this table for 4 people. And like I said, if you want to dial back the formality of your table, you can do that by using paper napkins, and it's much easier to clean up. If you want to go that direction, do it. And I do many times just use paper napkins and plates, but I have these, so I try to use them as often as I can. And I love the idea of the blue, white, and red with brass. It just has a nautical feel to it, doesn't it? So we're going to place those there. I think we're on our way to a very pretty tablescape. Many of you know that I collect red glassware. Some of it is ruby glassware, some of it is plain old red glass like these. And I use them for different occasions. Valentine's Day, Christmas, and 4th of July. Now I have a very old video of a tablescape that I did for Christmas. We're using a lot of my ruby glass and glassware, and I will place that at the end of this video if I can find it, and you can see how it can be used. And what you will remember from that video is that none of my red glassware matches really. These 4 plates are about all I have that really truly match. The rest of my glassware collection are different patterns, and you know, I like it that way. All of my china and anything else I have all match. But I decided when I started collecting this glassware that I was not going to try. I wasn't even going to bother trying to match everything. So anytime I'm out and I'm thrifting or I run across something in an antique mall, I will pick it up. If it's red, you can pretty well guess I'm going to buy it. And that's what's happened over the years, is that I have a lot of things that do not match, but they all have one thing in common: they're all red. Here's a perfect example. It is my glassware that goes with this. Let's put these here. That piece of glassware is almost orange. I've maybe changed that one out. But we have all of our goblet mismatched. Let's put this here, this one farther down, this one farther down, and I think we've got it now. How is that? So I have this wicky-wacky bunch of glassware, and I try to use it as often as possible. And you can find glassware in a variety of colors, and you'll be surprised. If you collect lavender glassware or say pale green glassware, when you walk into an antique mall or an antique shop, the first thing your eye will go to is that color that you have, or the colors that you're looking for, and all the rest turns into a blur, and you go straight for those items that you're looking for. And that is what I have done. I think there's a bit of whimsy in this, and I like that. I don't know if that's your thing. If it's not, then stick with one pattern and love it, and continue collecting more and more pieces of it, because over the years you'll be surprised how often you really will use it. For our centerpiece, let's begin with the chinoiserie ginger jar, and I'm going to remove the top. I don't think we're going to need that. I'll set that to the side and hope I don't break it. And then we're going to place hydrangea in the center. Now let's add a few more patriotic touches to this centerpiece. I found these picks with navy and white flowers, and we're going to add these to it just to make it a little more patriotic. And then these cute beads, I don't know if you can see, I'll try to bring it closer. I found red, white, and blue beads with a adorable tassel and the flag, and let's tuck that in right here. So now we have this adorable tassel on the front. Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? How about some flags? You can't have 4th of July without the American flag. So let's add those. And I have several different sizes, so I'm just going to tuck this one maybe where? Let me come around. How about that? That works beautifully. And the wonderful thing about this idea is that you can use small bowls and ginger jars and place them around the table. If you had a table of maybe 8, you could place ginger jars all the way down the center of the table. You could do it smaller. You could do it larger, but if it went much larger than that, I think I would put them on a sideboard or maybe a bar cart. I wouldn't go taller than that on the center of the table, because you're going to have trouble having a conversation around a lot of these centerpieces. And as a matter of fact, this centerpiece may be for when you're setting the table and everybody's having cocktails, and then you remove this and place something different in the center. So give that a try, but I love the softness of this. It doesn't look like a harsh patriotic theme. It softens it up just a bit. And let's see what else we can do to make this even prettier. You could make this a little bit more elaborate by using gold chargers, but we're not going to go that formal today. Maybe another time. Maybe for, how about election night party? I'm getting an idea now. We could do this. And I thought if you want to go much, much more casual, then you could use these plastic cups with a gold band around these. I hear my birds out in the backyard. And then also, there's straws that you can find that are red, white, and blue. And then you could use paper plates. So you could go with a number of variations on this. I think just pull out what you have in your pantries. You probably would be surprised. You could use clear glasses and then paper plates that have a patriotic theme. Little things around the house that you can use to decorate with. Anything that's red, white, and blue will work. Now we have our table set. So what are we going to serve? I have no idea, but it could be takeout, but it's going to look beautiful whatever we serve. And I think that that might be another video. Maybe next year we'll do a cookout, but for now we're going to just do our beautiful table setting and decide what we're going to cook for 4th of July weekend. And you know, it lasts for 3 days actually, because everybody celebrates the whole weekend, so this tablescape can last for a long time. You'll get a lot of joy out of it, and just walking by it and seeing how pretty it is another pleasure. This is the absolute middle of social season for summer, so you want to be prepared. And if I can help you find any of these items, I will. I will link them below so you can click into it and you won't have to go shopping. I've already done it for you. I hope you have a great holiday weekend, and don't forget, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, you know what I say. I would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. So tap that subscribe button. And don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram. Bye.